And here's part 2 of Tie-Dye Android. How's it going, guys? This topic is going to be about pretty much this year revised of how the Android recording came out. We did have, I know I posted a video a little bit before Jack Pine, which was the Labor Day weekend. I know I posted one roughly about that, and everything was going great up until that point. Let's see here. I went and recorded a band at the local bar. I'll give credit to them because they helped me out, and they are pretty cool. Showboat Saloon, Wisconsin Dells. Showboat Saloon is down over that way somewhere. That way, maybe somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, they let me be their house taper. Sometimes I go there and have my lunch, and I abuse their Wi-Fi and do some quick uploading there as well. So they help me out, and they're kind. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Showboat. Thanks, Jesse. But anyways, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about them. But anyways, I happened to be recording there one night, and off the top of my head, I have to look back. I'm not sure who it was. Might have been Joe Marcinek. I'm not sure. I think it was outside. Yep. It might have been Joe Marcinek. I was live streaming, and everything was going great. I went to go take a picture using my LG V20 or V30. Yeah, V30. Sorry, I got too many numbers, and I've been going on the V40 in my head for the last few days. I don't know what it is. If it's a driver issue where I have to reinstall the drivers, but the camera won't work, but I can still YouTube on I can live stream on YouTube. I just can't use the camera app to take a video or take a picture. Really weird. It's like YouTube took over my V20. Or is it the V30? God, I forget all the time. Where are you? V20. I was right. That's the Water Joe. Anyways. So everything was going great all the way up until the Showboat, and I would say that was like middle of August, ending of August, and pretty much the whole summer went through, and the prior video about my stats and updates, that's pretty much how it was. It's pretty cool. Hang on here. And everything was great all the way up until that point, until then I took a dump. I couldn't use the V20 as my priority phone, which I liked doing. I really did enjoy the V20 as the priority device. I could hold so much more, and it didn't matter with the battery life versus the Note 5 versus the V20, because I roughly got a little over an hour on each battery. But like I said, I didn't drain the battery totally. I always leave a little bit, like 5-10%, so I can throw it on a charger and let it process while it's charging. So I always leave a little bit. So with all that said, like I said, both batteries a little over an hour. Live streams about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. The video split after 33 minutes. Sometimes it varies from 33 minutes and 11 seconds to 33 and 14 seconds. So at Jack Pine, I had to switch it up. I pretty much, actually I didn't have to switch. I couldn't use the V20 really. the camera just wouldn't work for me. I couldn't live stream. I had no signal, so I couldn't use YouTube at all. But the Note 5 held its own. I had to go every other band, dump the files while the phone was charging. I would dump files from the last show and let it charge. So I pretty much got it down to a science by the second day of Jack Pine. Like I said, every other band. So the Note 5 pretty much carried the weight. Way to go. Sorry. You know my favoritisms. So one thing that I'm missing, the battery life on my lithium batteries for a weekend. Now I have to throw in Taper John here for a moment with the Mix Pre 6 by Sound Devices, using one devoted lithium battery just for that. That lasts me about 16 hours. So, and what did I calculate with the gear being on and active? You know, we're talking at about 42, 44, maybe 46 hours of battery life needed. I know my 552 Sound Devices, when I'm recording, which we'll come back to that one, that with a lead acid battery, that would last me 32 hours. I would only have to give it a quick charge on the last day. Not a big deal. So with the Mix Pre 6 running a lithium, the battery did die. I used one of my spare lithiums I used for charging, which I have one per phone. That one was used for backup, and I didn't have to charge that. So another extra battery probably would help, but as long as I have the capabilities of charging one, we're good to go. So I had a slight issue there. And then I forgot a wall plug, so shout out to Aaron and Lynn Owen for giving me their wall chargers so I could charge two at the same time. That was pretty good. Thank you guys. So those were the stats on that. And if you have any other further questions that I may have missed on this one, you can always go back and check out. And by the way, look at this. Look at this, guys. That's right, my hoodies came. And along with the hoodies comes the bad weather, so that means I'm catching a cold. So I apologize for coughing. It's not the cigarette, it's the scratchy throat from the cold that's coming. So, pretty much all the geek stats are out for the way the recordings were. Like I said, you know, live streams give me about an hour and a quarter. Lithium batteries for Mix Pre gives me about 16 hours. And one for the heads up that I might have missed, I'm not sure, but I'll say it again. Normally all summer long, what I was doing was using the V20 first in all my YouTube videos. And then when they went, if you notice that they go in sections, that's probably right when I had to switch phones. And had to switch to the Note 5. I should get better on the lineage on that. I will work on that over the winter. I think that might be a must. So I'll be editing a lot of that over the winter months. Now we're good for the encore. It was kind of hard to do this at a couple other festivals, like People Fest, Jam for Jam, Bonfire. It was kind of hard to do because I had to use my alternative mic, it's not really an alternative. It has its great qualities. Just that some of those great qualities are rare and few when you need them, but they come in handy. I actually used the Evitone CK40 on the stage. I set it up as, how do I do this? Pretty much like that. The clarity. We call it MS. One capsule shot at the stage, and the other capsule shot out the sides, so it gave me the stereo effect. But I was getting most of the vocals and the noise from the stage. But during the loud bands, with the crowd coming up, a human being can only do so much. So during the afternoons, that method worked out awesome. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I was using that microphone going into my Android devices, the Note 5 mostly, actually always at Jack Pine. So we were getting decent quality audio. Now, I remember a couple other venues where I've done that in the past, where I go up there with the phone, like everybody else, and just go up there and do this. Now, you gotta remember, when you're recording like that, you're using the built-in mic for one, and if chances are, if you're at the corner of the stage, you're only getting that one big speaker pounding at you for noise. And I'm sorry, that could be clipping on the Android device that you're using, and and everything else, all the other obstructions that you're gonna get. So I actually had it plugged in. So I wanted to thank the staff and the bands for tolerating me and letting me hang up on stage while I did the videos. And I'm glad that my microphone was not in your way. I appreciate that. That is so cool. So yeah, long story short, I was able to set up a mic right up on the stage, just right in front of it, and I actually recorded the audio from there, but I also spliced the audio into the Note 5 for my YouTube videos. So you're getting pretty damn good audio, like you were right front row. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I hope you guys don't mind. I really do hope you guys don't mind, the ambiance. So that turned out pretty good. I like that little experiment. I think, we may keep that up. We may try to fine tune that a little bit, maybe. So, like I said, I want to thank the bands, and I want to thank the staff and security of Jack Pine for giving me that little bit of freedom to experiment. So, thanks. That turned out really good. Other than the V20 failing on me right there like a week before I go to Jack Pine, that was the only bummer. That was the only bummer I had all summer. Otherwise, everything I had fine by July. Actually, I didn't have nothing in July. August. By the first week in August, I had everything fine-tuned. It was perfect. It was perfect. I had 2 festivals where I worked at it, and I just had to bring the Android gear over to the next recording from the next stage that I was recording at. So that didn't bother me at all. No big deal. At the Showboat, I worked out a few bugs with that and over the summer. So, yeah, we got overwhelming positive results on this. I'm loving it. We'll be looking for more over the winter. Some of my devices are eligible for upgrades, but that's another topic. And that's about it. And more to come on that, and just another heads up as well. we are going to be bringing Taper John's tech specs, lineage, and so on and so forth. A lot of that stuff we're going to be bringing over here instead of posting it over on that. We're going to keep that one mostly just music. You know, maybe some informative stuff, but it's going to be mostly geared for music. We're going to bring the geeky side of taping and recording over here to Tie-Dye Android. So just give you a heads up on that as well. Other than that, you have a great day. If you like what you're posting, if you like me on Taper John, you might want to like me over here as well. So subscribe. It doesn't hurt. You never know. I might come up with a pulled dandy over here and sneak one in that I'm not supposed to, distribute. Yeah, there's options for this other alternative site, don't you think? There's other alternative channel. Sorry about that. So you just never know, man. Other than that, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.